Hi everyone. While fuel prices and global warming are both going up, have you ever wondered if we had any alternative that could save us? Welcome to today's video. If the water engine was discovered 100 years ago, an alternate history, how one discovery changed everything.
The discovery, 1769. James Watt is working on his steam engine improvements when his assistant, Thomas Pemberton, makes an inexplicable discovery. While experimenting with electrical phenomena and water decomposition, Pemberton stumbles upon a device, perhaps left by time travelers, perhaps a freak accident of genius, that efficiently splits water into hydrogen and oxygen using minimal energy, then recombines them with extraordinary power output. The device seems to defy everything they know, but it works. Watt, ever the pragmatist, doesn't ask how. He asks, can we build more? The Water Revolution, 1770–1800. 1770s. The Patent Wars. Watt patents the aqueous engine and begins production. Unlike steam engines that require coal, water engines only need water. Any water. Seawater, river water, even dirty water. Immediate consequences. Coal mines begin closing. Thousands of miners face unemployment. The nascent Industrial Revolution takes a radically different path. Ships no longer need coal stations, they can cross oceans indefinitely. Britain's advantage isn't coal reserves but access to engineering knowledge. 1780s. The Great Dispersal. Industries no longer cluster near coal fields. Factories spring up anywhere there's water. Remote villages transform overnight. The Lake District becomes an industrial powerhouse. Coastal cities boom without the choking coal smoke. 1790s. The social upheaval. The expected Luddite riots are worse. Coal workers have lost everything. But new jobs emerge: water engineers, maintenance specialists, hydrogen handlers. Children aren't sent into mines. They're in basic schools, learning to read technical manuals. Air quality in London improves so dramatically that respiratory diseases plummet. Empire and energy, 1800–1850. The new geopolitics. Colonial powers aren't seeking coal or oil. They seek markets and manufacturing supremacy. The scramble for Africa happens differently. It's about raw materials and labor, not energy resources. The American divergence. The United States, without rich coal deposits mattering, industrializes differently. The South doesn't industrialize as slowly. Water engines work on the Mississippi. Slavery ends earlier, 1840s, because industrial economics favor wage labor everywhere. The Civil War either doesn't happen, or happens for entirely different reasons. The Ottoman survival. Without oil mattering yet, the Middle East isn't strategically vital. The Ottoman Empire modernizes with water engines, remains more intact. The whole region follows a different trajectory. Japan's earlier rise. Japan, resource poor but surrounded by ocean, adopts water engines aggressively during the Meiji Restoration, 1868. They become an industrial power by 1880, not 1905. The Golden Age, 1850–1914. Environmental paradise. London's pea soup. Fog never exists. Victorian cities are clean, with clear skies. Global temperatures remain stable. Forests aren't decimated for fuel. No acid rain destroying ancient monuments. Technological acceleration. Without fossil fuel infrastructure lock-in, innovation accelerates. Electric power grids develop earlier, 1870s, powered by water engine generators. Automobiles emerge in the 1880s, clean and quiet. Aviation develops faster, lighter, more powerful engines. World War I. Still happens, human nature, but differently. No oil supply concerns naval warfare, completely different. Unlimited range for all vessels. Trench warfare, but with different logistics. Germany doesn't face the same resource blockade issues. War might end differently, faster, or drag on longer, hard to say. The 20th century transformed, 1914–2000, no oil sheikdoms. Saudi Arabia remains a poor desert kingdom. No OPEC, no oil embargoes. Iran's history completely different. Probably still has its monarchy. Venezuela, Russia, Nigeria develop around other resources. Different world wars. Bobutu still happens. Totalitarianism finds a way. But logistics are simpler. Every nation has unlimited fuel. The Pacific War unfolds differently without oil as Japan's motivation. The Middle East isn't a strategic flashpoint. The Cold War, still about ideology, not oil. Soviet Union's collapse, if it happens, is purely economic, political. No petrodollar system. Gulf Wars never happen. 9/11 probably doesn't happen. Different Middle East politics entirely. Economic development. Africa and South America industrialize faster. No fuel import costs. Global inequality still exists but is less extreme. Shipping costs are minimal. Globalization happens earlier. Remote areas develop faster. Climate in 2000. Global temperature. Perhaps 0.5 degrees Celsius warmer than pre-industrial, not 1.2 degrees Celsius. No climate crisis awareness, because there's no crisis. Environmental movements focus on other issues. Overfishing, deforestation, biodiversity. Our alternate 2025. The world today. Population. Possibly 9-10 billion. Better living conditions. Earlier demographic transition in developing world. Technology. More advanced in some ways. AI and computing still develop different materials science. Less plastic. Petroleum-based. More biomaterials. Fusion research never seemed urgent. Space exploration more advanced. Cheaper launches. Geopolitics. A multipolar world, but different poles. No Middle East oil politics. Russia's power based on agriculture, minerals, geography. Different alliance structures. Cities. Beautifully clean air everywhere. No smog in Beijing, Delhi, Los Angeles. Different architecture. No need to design for pollution. Quieter streets. Water engines are nearly silent. Health. Respiratory diseases far less common. Life expectancy possibly 2 to 5 years higher. Different disease patterns. The great irony. Humanity still faces environmental challenges, overfishing, deforestation, species extinction. We're probably cavalier about energy use. It seems unlimited. Different forms of pollution, perhaps hydrogen leaks, water resource conflicts. We might be more destructive in some ways, having had cheaper energy for everything. The historians debate, 2025. In this timeline, historians argue, optimists say, the water engine saved us from climate catastrophe and gave humanity the energy abundance to lift billions from poverty. Pessimists counter, cheap energy let us breed like rabbits, clear-cut forests faster, overfish the oceans more efficiently, and spread across every ecosystem. We avoided one catastrophe, but might be heading toward others. Realists note, human nature didn't change. We still had wars, inequality, and environmental destruction. We just powered them differently. Epilogue. The question. The greatest mystery remains unsolved in 2025. Where did the first water engine design come from? Watt's original notes show diagrams that seem beyond 18th century understanding. Some historians whisper about time travelers, others about lost ancient knowledge. Most dismiss it as genius with good luck. But in a locked vault in London, a museum curator has found something disturbing in Pemberton's diary from 1769. The device we found in the bog has strange markings, symbols I cannot read. They look almost like a date? The numbers read 2024. The curator locks the diary away. Some questions are better left unanswered.
What this tells us. This thought experiment reveals several truths about our real history. Energy shapes everything. Our geopolitics, economics, wars, and environmental situation are deeply tied to energy sources. Path dependency matters. Once we built coal infrastructure, we were locked in for decades. Technology isn't destiny. Even with clean energy, humans would still face challenges. We'd just face different ones. The climate crisis is solvable. We're essentially creating this alternate history right now with solar, wind, and batteries, just 200 years late. Thank you for watching, everyone. It is a new channel that we are trying to grow, hence we would really appreciate your support. Please like, share, and subscribe for more videos.